welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I am excited to be bringing you my pregnancy update, and I believe it is for weeks 28 through 32. So, and like I always said, I can't believe it's already here. I actually am going to be 33 weeks in just a couple days, but we're going to just go ahead and get this filmed because I didn't get it filmed sooner. But I am excited for everyone to be joining, and if you are new here, make sure to subscribe below, like this video, or give it a comment. I'd love to have comments and chat with you guys. So yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So let me look at my list. So the weird pregnancy dreams are still happening. I talked about that. I feel like this has come up in several videos, and they're not all the time. It's just really vivid dreams. And I don't know if maybe I'm just remembering them more because I'm getting up more frequently during the night. So like when I wake up, I remember exactly what I was dreaming about. But this week I was like dreaming about a taco factory, and I don't even know, like really weird things on tacos. So yeah, I'm hoping Trip doesn't wake up from his nap while I film this. I forgot to turn the sound machine on, and I film right underneath his room. So if you hear weird noises, it's his monitor that I'm watching. So yeah, the dreams have started, not started, they've been happening. So that is that, and my back pain is still there a little bit, mainly just at night. It's not super bad, unless I just sit in a position for too long or anything like that, which is understandable. I mean, you know, I'm carrying a lot more weight on my front, so I just kind of move around. What is really, really bothering me, and it's not during the day, it's only when I sleep, is my left hip is, I'll wake up and it is just aching because, you know, you really are supposed to try to sleep on your left side, and I have a body pillow, and I couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong. Like, you know, it didn't hurt like this my first pregnancy. And so I just couldn't figure it out. I didn't know if maybe I needed to see a chiropractor or what was happening. But then after I was looking online, people were saying to make sure, even if you're using a body pillow, not to cross your ankles or your feet at the bottom, to keep them parallel as well, and like keeping a pillow all the way through your feet so you can't. And so I've been trying that, and it seems to be helping significantly. So that's great. It's helping me sleep a little bit better. I was waking up so frequently just with, it was aching, and so I was tossing and turning. So that's that with sleeping, crossing my feet. Definitely have hit the point where I am starting to feel the weight gain, starting to feel bigger. It's getting harder to, you know, bend over and pick something up, or chasing Trip has gotten very challenging because it is hard to move as quickly as he does these days. So that's always exciting, and I just know I'm probably going to slow down a little bit more. Hopefully I don't have too much more weight gain in my future. I think at this point you gain like between half a pound to a pound a week for until like 37 or 38 weeks, and a lot of times after that you'll kind of plateau, just because, and I have noticed like I'm eating less at meals because I get full faster because my stomach is getting squished by baby. So that kind of balances that weight gain a little bit, or that's what I found in the past. So hoping maybe that stays the case, and maybe I'll only gain, you know, 4 or 5 more pounds. But 4 or 5 more pounds when you're only 5'1" is a lot of pounds. It doesn't sound like much, but it is. So, definitely feeling those kind of aches and pains. And I have been a little more emotional lately. I am not a super emotional person. And by emotional, I mean sad, like sappy sad. Like I don't cry a lot. I don't know. I try to be a pretty positive person. Not that people who embrace tears aren't happy people. Just I've just kind of been one of those people. I'm like, it's the cards you're dealt. Let's move forward and deal with it. That's just kind of how I've been. Um, but I've had some moments where my patience has been tested, and my toddler has tested me, and I have gotten upset about it and cried, and that's not like me. And I'm sure it's just from being tired and being hormonal, I'm sure. But so that, I mean, it's not happening every day. It's once a week maybe. So it's nothing big, but it is something that I've noticed kind of in the background a little bit. That's been a little bit different for me. And that didn't really happen much with Trip. I don't know if maybe it's because I didn't have a toddler testing my limits basically all day, every day. Um, so that's that update. And definitely have felt the nesting bug start to kick in. So I have a pretty good amount of energy, been, trying to keep things clean, stay on top of laundry, clean out some closets, get the nursery in order. And now it's pretty much in order, which is nice. So when things have rolled in, whether working with brands or just gifts from other people that have come from my registry, um, I've just kind of been putting it away as I go, which is nice because it doesn't pile up or anything like that. It's just hard with some of the weird stuff that you're like, oh, I want to, like, this will go in the car, but I don't want to put it in the car yet. Like, the car seat is kind of just randomly sitting in the nursery, even though it needs to be downstairs. It'll go in the car, it's upstairs. So, but it's pretty well organized. Started pulling out, some random things that I'll pack in the hospital bag. I haven't packed that yet. Do you want to see what's in my hospital bag? Let me know. Do you want to know what's on my registry, like a second time mom registry? What are the items that I really wanted that I maybe didn't have the first go around? Because there's definitely a handful of things that I didn't have with Trip that I had my eye on. So let me know if that's something you want to see, because I want to let you guys know, what is helpful. So that is happening. So I hope the nesting just stays with me through the rest of pregnancy so I can keep things clean and just have things settled for when the baby does come. And because, when you have a toddler, there's kind of a lot of coordination involved, like people come to get your child, or they come to stay at your house, and then we have dogs, and I don't want people to come to my house and not feel, that it's prepared or anything like that. So that. And let's see. Oh, I meant to mention this. I have started to notice swelling a little bit. It's usually only when I've been outside or been doing a lot around the house and I get really hot. It's just my hands and feet, and it's not anything bad, but I wore my wedding ring all through my last pregnancy, and I'll just notice, it'll get kind of tight, things like that. It's nothing that lasts for very long or anything, so I'm hoping that it's just from the heat, because it is still 100 degrees in Texas, and it doesn't look like it's going to ease up for quite a while. I don't look like I'm dressed for 100 degrees, but I'm calling the fall vibes. I'm ready for fall and cooler temperatures. So let's see. I am also, so at my last appointment, I was measuring right where I should be. I was a little bit smaller than, I think I was measuring a week behind, but that's pretty average for me. I tend to float between a week behind to right at where I should be. So that's how I was last pregnancy too. I've never measured ahead, but that's just how I am. The next appointment will just be a general, like, measure, take your blood pressure, all that good stuff, which all of my health stuff has been good. My thyroid is under control with the Synthroid. I will probably have an iron redraw to make sure everything's good there. Um, Blood pressure is good so far. So they just do the standard things at a checkup. They measure my belly, they do my blood pressure, they look for the heartbeat, um, and then they just talk to you about any concerns. They'll talk to you about kind of what's upcoming. So I need to get a Tdap shot, and then after that appointment, I'll go back in 2 weeks and I will have my Group B strep test and an ultrasound, I believe, at that appointment. So, what an exciting appointment. If you mamas out there know what I mean. And I did have Group B strep my first pregnancy, so I think I remember that if like you've had it one time, you're more likely to have it with subsequent pregnancies. So I will probably be positive for it. So I will probably need antibiotics at labor, which is okay. I only got one bag of antibiotics with Trip because my labor was so fast, though. So that it kind of makes me a little bit nervous. So let's see. I had my baby sprinkle this weekend, which is part of the reason I'm kind of filming a little bit late. So just people were coming in and I was getting things ready and I just, didn't have the time. So the sprinkle was perfect and I will be blogging about it, I promise. And it was just the perfect size for me. It was small, it was close to friends and family. And we ate food. I got wonderful gifts. So, yeah, it was great. So, just what I would have dreamed of. So, it worked out. So, and at the last appointment, baby was head down. She's still moving around a lot, but I think she's pretty much head down because I always feel kicks in the same spot, which is kind of over on my upper right side. That's where I feel kicks, and I think she's kind of like, I don't know, at an angle. Is that a thing? Like, it seems so weird that would be comfortable, but that's how it is. So really, we are just trucking along, feeling pretty good. No major complaints. The only thing I don't like about these updates is that you get on and you kind of talk about like, oh, the womp womp side of things. And it's not really a complaint. It's just like your body's changing and you're adjusting and this is what you're getting used to. So, it's an exciting time. It's an emotional time, but it's a great time. So I don't want this to ever come off that I'm super complaining because I have it very easy. I've had very simple pregnancies, nothing too crazy. So, and I hope it stays that way, knock on wood. But I want to talk about my favorite products. And I really only have it's like technically two things, but it's really kind of just one thing. And it's not pregnancy related at all because I just don't really have anything that I've done that's pregnancy related that I would recommend. But what I want to recommend is this. Let's see, I'm not a beauty blogger. L'Oreal Voluminous Primer and the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. Now, they do make a primer that's Lash Paradise. I haven't tried it, but after asking on Instagram, which I will link below if you don't follow me on Instagram, come check me out. I do a lot on there, so it's kind of my day-to-day updating. I was asking for mascara recommendations because I have like no lashes and I don't really want to try to get lash extensions when I'm pregnant because I've heard you can have allergic reactions and stuff. So this was overwhelmingly what people told me to get. I mean, this was the only brand that was like a repeated suggestion. And it's drugstore price. So it's like, duh, I gotta get it. So I went and got this, and then when I was talking about how much I loved it, someone had asked me if I had tried any of the primers, and I said I hadn't. And she had told me that the primers work really well. So I actually wanted to try this primer first just because I wanted a little more volume. You can kind of see what it looks like right now. I don't have eyeliner on. I'll do like a before and after or something, maybe if you guys would want to see that. But these are two really great products. I'll link them below. Ooh, cute. This is like talent right here. But they're great. I really like them. Affordable solution for not wanting to try out lashes while I'm pregnant. So with that being said, that's really all I have. I will end with a bump shot. So let me back it up and show you what I got. And then that's it, really. Let's see. So there's the bump. Loud and proud. From the front. That side. So definitely growing. I messed my necklace up doing that. Womp womp. I should put outtakes in these things. I think you guys would like seeing me being crazy. Anyways, thank you guys so much for liking, for watching, for following along in my journey. Make sure to like, comment, let me know what you want to see, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye, y'all.